Hi, my name's Kevin O'Hara. This is Alcohol Mastery, and today's question is, will quitting alcohol cure your depression? This is purely from a layman's perspective. I'm not a doctor, so it's not medical advice. From my experience, a lot of people drink because they're depressed, and other people become depressed when they're drinking, or once they've started drinking. I used to have a bit of both, so sometimes I'd start drinking because I was depressed, and other times I'd become really depressed, mostly the day after when I had the dirty big hangovers and stuff. When it comes to the causes and the treatment of depression, everybody's different. No two people are the same. The one thing that causes depression in one person is not going to cause depression in another person. Some people are able to cope with life better than other people. It depends whether you've got a job that you like doing or you hate doing, or whether you're unemployed. Depends on your social circumstances, your family circumstances, whether you've got a family to look after, whether there's people around who you can talk to. And the same goes with treatment. One treatment might work for you, but it might not work for somebody else. So it just depends on who you are. It's an individual thing. I think alcohol and depression, the more you drink alcohol, the more you're relying on alcohol for your emotional support, your crutch sort of thing. So regardless of what your emotional level, you choose to drink. That's the way I used to do it. It was, if I felt depressed, I'd drink. If I felt happy, I'd drink. If I felt sad, I'd drink. It was really got down to a point where it was any old excuse for a drink. And I have to say that for me, it was getting to the stage where all I was doing it was just this big blocks in my week that were being lost through drink. I mean, you'd start drinking, go out for a full day's drinking session, start drinking in the afternoon and just drink all the way through. But then it was the day after as well, and progressively it went to the day after that. So, sometimes because of one day's drinking, I'd lose 3 or 4 days, and it was never one day's drinking. It was always, as soon as I could feel okay to go out and sip a pint of Guinness, I'd do it the next day. So it just became that vicious cycle, and that was where the depression was for me. Even my partner, on her days off, we used to go down for maybe a walk on the beach, and all I could think about was where the pub was. Like I could either see it in the distance or it'd be in my head, and I'd know exactly what I was going to order when I got to the bar. And as I was walking towards the bar, the taste buds would start going and my mouth would start salivating, and just one of those things. Holiday away wasn't a holiday without getting pissed, and it was just one of those things that it was all encompassing. And once you get to that stage, I think it's a bad thing for anyone's mentality. Will alcohol cure your depression? Only you're going to know that. I mean, for sure, it's going to help you if it gets you out of that bind, out of that vicious circle. Then for me, it did help. Do I still get depressed? Of course I do. I think it's just a natural part of life. You have those days where it goes up and down, and it's one day you're feeling really high, and the next day, there's a lot of things that cause a person to feel down. But I have to say for myself, when I feel depressed, if I sit down, it's the same as if I'm feeling bored. If I sit down and do nothing and think about it, and mope about it and whinge about it, then it doesn't get any better. The only way I can cure my own depression is by getting up and doing something. By exercise is a great thing for me. I'm not saying that I go out and do a 3 or 4 mile walk, a 5 mile walk, and come back and I feel full of ecstasy. It doesn't work like that, but I feel better than if I didn't do it. Maybe I can work through some of the things that are pushing me down while I'm walking. So my answer to the question again, will quitting drinking cure your depression? I think drinking holds you back from so much opportunities. It keeps you imprisoned in this cell. It's like you're locked in this room where you can't get out. Everything revolves around staying within these confines. And I think once you quit drinking, you have to find other things to do. Otherwise, you're going to go back on the drink again. And once you find other things to do, I think it puts your mind into a different perspective. You know, you think differently about things. But I think you're opening yourself up to different opportunities. It takes a lot of work. It takes hard work to get there and to move beyond the drinking and to move into other areas of your life. But I think the secret of happiness in this life is to find something that you're passionate about and to pursue that, you know, with all your heart. And if you do that, I think all depression goes. I think your boredom goes. I think it's a recipe for a good life, you know. No more addictions, just passion, you know. And you're not going to be passionate all the time about everything that you do, you know, but it's definitely drinking is holding you back. So I think giving up the drinking is one of the best things that you can do for yourself. So if you have any comments about these videos, any questions, any stories, leave a comment down below, or go over to the website and you can leave a comment there. You can also subscribe to the channel by clicking the button over here. There's a newsletter on the website if you want to sign up for that. It's absolutely free. Just leave your first name and email address. Until next time, my name's Kevin O'Hara for Alcohol Mastery, onwards and upwards.